You're checking out Multitap here on YouTube or whatever platform you're listening to. Make sure you hit the comment section, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. Show some love and support. And don't forget, we on them social medias. We on them TikToks. We on them Twitters. We on them IGs. So make sure you tap in with us so you can tap out right here on Multitap.
Place right now.
The Justice League film was done by Josh Whedon when he had to finish the pieces for that film, and it dropped. It was a straight turd. And everybody was like, oh, what the hell is this? Like, we don't see the vision. And I remember distinctly when Man of Steel came out. A lot of people didn't like the fact that Superman killed Zod.
Whoa,
you know, they didn't understand the vision that Zack Snyder had. And I explained this to a lot of people, that Zack Snyder had a vision of making the world of DC kind of dark. And it was going to move into the light. And the was Batman v Superman, right? He walked into the courtroom as it omniscience of arrogance, like, why I gotta be here? You know what I mean? Like, they don't believe me. Like why I gotta defend myself for what happened? And then he saw the, you know, the jaw, the jaw P. You know, like,
but see, they explain. So it seems like he doesn't know why he has to be there, but they explained that in the Ultimate version a little bit, because what it is that when Superman came, he saved Lois, so he broke everything. People seen Superman, and then what they did was he had his people that were there, the people that you met, those bad mercenaries. They wound up killing a lot of those people and burning them as if Superman did it with his heat vision. So it looked like Superman charred all of these innocent people. So that way Superman was out of control. He was charring people, you know, in this backwater town in some desert. And so that's what was more of like the trial was for Superman's actions. So it was showing how Superman was responsible for that. Superman was responsible for this guy losing his legs. Superman was responsible for a bunch of other things. So when he came to the court, he came to go for his actions.
I'm laughing because now that you're saying that, it makes him walk into the court with that face even worse, because he look like he didn't give a fuck.
No. So it looks like it looks like he's about to give up on being Superman, period. And that's what it's supposed to be, because he's tired of being blamed for everything. And then you got on the court, you got on the TV, they're like, what happens if Superman, why is Superman begging, why is Superman picking and choosing who he gets to save? So you got that coming out.
Right, because remember, he was talking to Lois in the bathroom, and he wasn't going to show up.
Right.
She had to convince him to go. He was like, I ain't got to go there. Like, they don't believe I want to. If they don't believe that I'm on their side, then so be it. Like, he didn't care. Like, again, that's what I'm saying. Like, when he showed, it makes it now even worse when he walks into the courtroom. It's like, here we go again with this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what happens is that it's more impactful, because when it happens, he's like, I couldn't see it, you know, the chair, you know, I should have seen it because it was lined with lead or whatever.
I should have just laser beamed the jar of piss, but then she would have got mad that the piss spilled on her.
Yeah, that scene to me was funny though, because because she was the one that brought it up, because Lex was trying to like play nice with her to try and get the kryptonite, and then she's like, I don't care if you call it, you know, Grandma's peach tea.
Grandma's peach tea. Yep.
You know, so that was. I think that was a good scene, but I think that.
But all right, so we can agree with this then, that was the premise. Like, they were showing a darker DC universe, like how Batman. People got upset that Batman killed people. Like, Batman don't kill nobody. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Right. Like, but the tone behind him killing people was the fact that his Robin died, so that made him a darker Batman. And I saw it as that the Batman v Superman Into the Dawn of Justice was going to lead us into a lighter, because they brought in Wonder Woman, which was like the light character. Like, she didn't have like her stories and her movies had nothing to do with like light. Nothing to do with like dark, like nothing dark in her characters. She was like the light being brought into that team. And then you had Aquaman. He really didn't have like darkness in his stuff. So you start to get these warmer feeling characters between these two menacing characters who were basically, for the most part, in fans' eyes, they were in the dark, and it had to be brought to light. You know what I mean? And it was going to turn Batman from being this guy who killed people to starting to care more, like to get back to his roots of being like how Batman traditionally is. Superman, now that he has a team and Lois and everything around him, and how everybody literally when he died, they looked up to him like you was that dude, like we really needed you, and he felt wanted at this point, and he was like, this is why, when he came back and at the end, the scene when he's fighting, he looks like he's fighting now, not to be, this is something I have to do. It's more like this is what I want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where I felt the vision of Zack Snyder was going, and that's why I had so much appreciation, because the Snyder cut was almost like watching a whole nother film.
Yeah, it was like a whole other movie, and
it was like a whole other film. I'm like, what the hell? He shot all of this? What the hell did Marvel send Josh Whedon over to DC to sabotage them?
I mean,
you're not gonna make a better movie than my damn Avengers. Avengers 1, goddammit.
But Josh Whedon did Avengers 1.
Yeah, no, I know who he is.
He was like, I'm gonna fuck this movie up over here.
But I think that it could be that. It could be also that was Zack Snyder's original vision, and when he seen it didn't work out, he's like, oh, it didn't work out. Let me do some
I'm gonna backtrack on this. Nah, I don't think
that either. I don't think
that's what it was. But like I said, DC is in a peculiar place because also we have this year, it's the last season of The Flash on the CW. That holds a very near and dear place in my heart, because anybody that knows me from my channel, that was the thing. I'm a big Flash fan. Anybody that knows me, I'm a big Flash fan. You can see it in the where we at right here, courtesy of my man's right here. This is my Oscar-winning nominee trophy of The Flash, courtesy of my man Kruger, aka self-proclaimed king of games. He wants me to say that to you guys, by the way. That's written in my contract. No, he doesn't tell you that. It's written in my contract while I'm on this channel. Anyway, but the last season of The Flash this year, and 9 seasons, bro. Long time to be on TV. 9.
Yeah.
Wow. Really long time, and Grant Gustin did an excellent job as the Flash. Do I need to go into the state of DC with the other guy who's playing the Flash?
No,
Ezra Miller.
I mean, he's first off screen, he's a problem. He's just a problem off screen. I don't know. I don't even understand how he still has a job when
I understand why. I know why. I exactly know why, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, Johnny Depp lost his job with Disney for something far less. For something that didn't even happen, which is insane.
On the blanket.
On the blanket. She's like I'm not gonna say.
Mira took a doodle on the blanket.
Oh man, she thought she was leaving him booty.
But yeah, you're right. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. That's why I said it's a topic for another video. I know why they're keeping this guy, but it's like, if we're gonna reboot, if this guy here, who's in charge now? James Gunn, right?
Which I like his movies. His movies are fantastic. Did you see Peacemaker?
I love Peacemaker.
I love that show. I loved Peacemaker. I thought it was an excellent show. And I couldn't see how they were going to take that character and make a show out of it. But I genuinely loved Peacemaker. I loved the writing in it. I loved the acting. I loved everything. I loved the opening. The opening
the opening is crazy. Peacemaker is a damn good show. I tell everybody to check it out. The storyline is good. I'm not gonna lie, I binge watched it. It really made me want to come back to watch more and more episodes. John Cena, he does an excellent job.
So I like James Gunn. He did that. James Gunn also did Guardians of the Galaxy, which was fantastic. You take these no-name heroes and you turn them into 2 good movies. I know people didn't like the second one. I thought the second one was good. I don't think it was the best movie, but I think it was a solid 8. And I don't think you need to make a 10 out of every movie.
Solid.
Yeah, I don't think you need a 10 out of every movie, right? You got to see some emotional. I shed a tear for Yondu when he died. So
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
So you had those fantastic movies. And I know James Gunn did a couple of other things, and I know he's a fantastic writer. So on one hand, you have the promise that you're giving this fantastic guy that has gotten property and he's made gold out of these properties. He's had both experience with DC and Marvel now with extraordinary characters. But how is he going to treat the Trinity? Well, he's going to treat the Trinity by starting the DC reboot with the Authority, right? How is that? If you're going to reboot, you do Batman, Superman. But people are tired of seeing the origin story. We don't want to see the origin story. You do Batman, Superman, World's Finest. Why couldn't you just do that? You could have started off the DC universe fantastic, but you're going to start off with something like the Authority. By the time people get through with the Authority, who's to say that they're going to come back for Batman, Superman? Look at what's happening with the Marvel movies. They're not coming back for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Nobody's there. Nobody came for that. Nobody came for that. And the numbers started going down because the numbers started going down when with Thor Ragnarok, with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse, the numbers are going down of people, and they keep saying like the ticket prices are going up. If you adjust for inflation, it's actually less people seeing. They're just paying more money. So you're losing your audience. You're losing I think it was like a 33% of your audience is gone completely after Endgame, right? That you didn't bring them back with Doctor Strange. You didn't bring them back with Thor: Love and Thunder, and now Ant-Man and the Wasp is suffering. So what's going to happen with the next movie? You know, and you need to take care of your characters. And I don't know what James Gunn is doing when he's starting it off.
Not to cut you off, not to cut you off, but what I'm hearing from you, if I can understand this for the people that's watching, are you saying that DC and Marvel are basically in the same boat, that they're suffering from almost the same thing?
Yes, absolutely. Because James Gunn is going to start with another obscure group of people, and you're rebooting. Not only are you rebooting, you managed to piss off the fans, because even though people didn't like Man of Steel, there's not one person I met that said Henry Cavill is a bad Superman.
Henry Cavill is Superman. They are messing up and making a grave mistake by letting him go.
They are. Not one person has said that. So you're getting rid of Superman, and then instead of bringing Superman to us, you're going to bring somebody that I don't even know about, you know. And I'm not saying I'm the comic book expert.
Which I believe, if I could piggyback off of what you're saying, which I believe also is now the person that you're bringing in to play Superman, you're actually putting him at a disadvantage because of the love of people have for Henry Cavill playing Superman. So you're bringing in a new character who people are going to automatically they may or may not want to warm up to this guy, whoever it may be.
But that would even be fine. That would even be fine. Like you want to start brand new. He's going to paint the target on the next Superman's back. Fine. You know, you didn't bring in Ben Affleck, even though, you know, from the get-go, it was always tough because he didn't get his series that he was promised. He was promised the series.
Oh my gosh.
He wasn't promised. I think it would have been fantastic. But he wasn't promised that. So you had problems with him. You didn't bring him back. Fine. Gal Gadot, I don't know why you didn't bring her back. She's not even causing any problems, but you didn't bring her back. You decided you're going to keep Ezra Miller, and it's also rumored Aquaman, right? And then you also got John Cena Peacemaker. So you're picking and choosing who you're bringing back. So only half your universe is rebooted, and you got the half a universe that nobody really cares about. You know, women like when Jason Momoa takes off his shirt, but if Aquaman was gone tomorrow, nobody would really care. He was a good Aquaman. He was funny. He's not the stereotypical Aquaman. He's not the mainstay character. Like, nobody would care. Like, they could replace him, and then we would be a little sad because we miss Jason Momoa and his funny antics, but that doesn't matter. He's not the Trinity. He's not the Holy Trinity. So you keep him, you keep a Flash that was very divisive. People didn't like how he was skating on ice when every time he would run. Nobody liked that. Nobody liked his acting. He was too awkward, you know. He didn't
too awkward. He tried to be. It was like they were making him Peter Parker. Like, I didn't understand that. Like, I get it where you was trying to go with it, but it was like, nah, bro, you too awkward to be the Flash, bro. And me being probably one of the biggest Flash fans out there, I do not endorse him as the Flash. I really don't. I would rather have it like you said before, where they do this Flash movie at the end, the dust clears and this damn Grant Gustin in the costume.
He makes a joke. He's like, whoa, I feel funny. And then when he takes off the mask, it would have been Grant Gustin.
Yes, let it happen.
What they did
by the forces.
What they did was they took the part of the Snyderverse, because people had problems with the Snyderverse. They took the parts of Snyderverse where nobody had a problem with, which was the casting of Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. No one had a problem with those three characters. Like when Ben Affleck was first announced, people couldn't believe of him as being Batman, but then he bulked up and he fit the suit and he was a fantastic Batman, even though his story was terrible. But they had the perfect casting there with those three. You took that away from the Snyderverse because you want to go away from the Snyderverse, but you kept the junk. I mean, Aquaman's not junk. I like Aquaman. I even like the Aquaman movie. I thought that was fantastic. But you kept Ezra Miller, which nobody cared for. Nobody. If you're gonna keep Ezra Miller, you keep everybody. Okay, and then you make Ezra Miller into this great movie. Everything that I'm hearing is that this Flashpoint movie is fantastic. The commercials are selling me. I want to see it.
I'm not gonna lie.
It looks good.
Gonna lie. Listen, everybody that's watching this, I'm not gonna lie. I can't. I even though I said I do not like, and I'm gonna say it again to the life of me, I do not like Ezra Miller as the Flash. I don't. But that doesn't stop the fact that I believe this movie looks good. This movie looks good. Really good.
I think it's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be on the same level as Spider-Man: No Way Home. Fantastic and does nothing for the story. It's not going to advance the DC universe at all, right?
Well, I would believe if they're gonna do it the way I think they're gonna do it, this is gonna be the catalyst to reset. Because remember, in the comic books, again, here I go again, trying to make sense out of comic books in a world where everybody wants to change the damn movies. But anyway, in the comic books, the Flash in DC has always been their restart guy. Like when they want to restart Flash, like there's always some kind of, we want to change and rewrite history. Flash, use him to rewrite stuff because they always use him as this catalyst. So I would assume to keep that continuity going within the movies and the DC franchises, to start their reboot, what better character to do it than to do it the way they did it in the comic books, is to use the Flash. May not be the same storyline, but you can use him in the same way they used him in the comic books to reboot the universe that they're doing. But again, who are they going to have to play the Flash? Is it still going to be this guy? But I will say this, and we're going to move on. I will say this. I would love to see that this is the final season. I'm going to say it again. This is the final season of the CW Flash, which means that Grant Gustin will be available.
That's not gonna happen. Like, look at this cast.
Hey, you gotta have hope, bro. You gotta have hope.
This cast,
that cast is great, except for that dude over there in that corner, behind Wonder Woman and right next to Batman, right in the middle.
But the rest of them could pick it up. They could have redeemed him. They could have did a million and one things. But you're getting rid of these three, and you're gonna paint a target on Superman's back. And even if you bring in the best Superman we've ever seen, better than Christopher Reeves, better than Henry Cavil, better than Brandon Routh, right? Because he was a good Superman. Bad movie. He's a good Superman. Even if you bring the best Superman we ever seen, you got this guy.
How, Sway?
You got the Flash right here. You got him.
Don't zoom in on that dude, bro.
You got him, right? You got him.
That's the eyes of someone ready to mess up a universe, bro, and a company if given a chance.
You got him.
That's the eyes.
Like you should have just
blooded speeds. That's not the Flash, bro. That's the reverse Flash. That cat.
That's the negative Flash. You can't even beat the.
All right, for the full video and more, please subscribe to the Multi-Tap right here on YouTube.